and I'm off to find Bourne Park tunnel, a railway tunnel, and I'm pretty excited because I'm actually going to go on an adventure potentially. The only problem is it's springtime and we live in England and it is raining and miserable outside. And I also I have a new toy with me, which is this. I've got a brand new camera. Look at that! Wow, which means I can actually see myself when I'm doing this. I don't think it's a great camera, to be honest. I've tried it out a few times. It's not marvellous, but it sort of does the job. It's windy. It's cold. I had no sleep last night because I just didn't, and I was really pissed off. So I kind of woke up in a really foul mood, knowing that I had to do this. So hence, like, beard, baggy eyes, just, you know, yeah. We'll just see how this goes, and hopefully we find it. So fingers crossed. Okay, so I've got a whisper, but I'm on the main line, and the reason why I've got a whisper is technically this is private land. So here we go. So what I'm walking across right now is the railway, was the former railway, Elham Valley Railway. So basically this ran between Folkestone and Canterbury, and it was literally carved right the way through. Hoping at the end of it we can actually find the tunnel that it leads to. Because I tell you what, it's a very eerie place around here. Like, it feels like people are constantly watching you, and I've kind of parked my car in the most exposed area possible. Okay, I've got to whisper, but I'm fucking scared. Shit. I'm in the tunnel right now, and as you can see, it's daylight outside. And I'm in, and this is how bad it is. Like loads and loads of graffiti around here. I am just petrified, because it is just scary as fuck. And I've got offensive graffiti as well. Really weird. So odd and eerie. Gotta be brave, move forward. so that small light there, that's the other end of the tunnel. Looks fucking missions away, man. Tell me what the fuck I'm treading on gravel. Weirdly, that's the other side, that's the side that I came out. Did you like them? I can't see fuck all. Right, I'll be treading bodies. You can't see this, but look. I can kind of imagine this is what death would be like. You know, you see like the end of the tunnel, just a corridor. You know what I mean? I'm so fucking brave right now, dude, there's a way. It doesn't feel scary, it's kind of really eerie, it's like it is a tunnel basically. But because it curves around, you kind of lose sight of the back end of the tunnel basically. And your footsteps, you can hear them are really loud. I'm almost there. Like the end of the tunnel, okay. Look at that. That is so eerie. So basically, where my finger's pointing, that's just the light at the end of the tunnel. How it curves is amazing. Sorry, I just tripped over. Stupidly didn't realise if I could actually get over this bit or not. Fucking bad if I can't. Look at that. I'm so brave. And then the graffiti becomes apparent. There we go. Can't beat the word fuck on a bit of graffiti, can you? Oh look, Vand. Who really did a graffiti? Seriously, take a tip from Banksy, for fuck's sake. You're letting it down for the team, guys. So it took me 7.5 minutes to get from one side to the other. I'm debating whether I'm going to walk back. Do you know what? I've had like a really crap kind of like couple of weeks, and it's kind of good to scare yourself once in a while. Maybe. Okay, so I'm going to chat more about this place in a minute. I'm just going to get my composure back, and yeah, okay. Okay, so let me explain what I'm actually doing here, the purpose of me actually being here. Not only to do the tunnel, because the tunnel was a bit of fun, but actually to sort of talk about Elham Valley Railway network, because it linked up Folkestone to Canterbury. It was quite an important railway network at the time. It was from 1887 to 1947, so it was sort of like just during the end of the war, Second World War, which ended in 1945, as everybody should know. But the main reason, but the even bigger reason why I'm here, and I'm going to show you a photo in a minute, is actually because the tunnel that I walked through is actually pretty important, because what it actually housed was called the Boche Buster. Now, the Boche Buster was a huge train which had a huge cannon on it. Basically like a train with railway tracks built with a cannon on top. And the idea was it was meant to shoot across to the channel and obviously do what the Germans were kind of doing to us before the V rockets had sort of come over and started bombing London and elsewhere, actually. So I don't want to just exclude other places, because Kent had a couple as well. Another story for another day. But we tried it the other way. But the irony was that it could only reach halfway across the channel, which is kind of a bit disappointing, really. So it got used in other military manoeuvres, which was, I guess, it was kind of like weird when you sort of think about it. So I'm currently on the railway tracks, which literally, like I said, link between Folkestone and Canterbury. And obviously, as you're coming across, so if I just sort of zoom, so and then obviously that's the tunnel there, and obviously that's where I came out of. And then obviously you can kind of like sort of see that how overgrown and how you're not actually meant to be in there. Okay, so if you haven't gathered by now, I'm having to climb literally everything. I'm literally in the middle of the railway tracks. Quite a new experience, actually. I've got the same experience that I sort of had when I was literally through the tunnel. You could almost, because the tunnel's quite echoey and cavernous, you can almost sort of, it doesn't take much imagination to sort of picture a huge train sort of coming through here, especially a steam one, for example, and obviously the noises and the atmosphere it sort of makes. I mean, this place has its own unique atmosphere anyway. Do you know what, this is the first bit of clearing that I've seen. And one other thing that I haven't mentioned as well, there is no way to get down here normally. I literally had to climb, and bearing in mind it is a wet spring day, my shoes, as you can see, are caked in mud. So if you do it, hopefully it'll be in the summertime or the winter time. Actually, it's quite nice. I can see this place being quite a sort of cool place to explore in the winter, although I like to say very cold. But I think I've kind of given you, hopefully I've given you a really good brief glimpse of Elham Valley Railway, and I really hope that if you're brave enough you should come down here and check it out, because okay, quick thing, I'm on the top of the bridge now, which I was speaking about when I was down on the ground there. What actually came through. Now, see that? So here's the stonework here, which is like right there. See that? And in fact, I'm going to show you around. So follow me. Let me show you this really cool thing, because I had to go a really bad way up here. Literally, my trousers are torn to shreds, and they're Gap jeans. I'm not being a fashionista or anything, but bloody expensive way of doing what we do. So here we go. So I'm looking now, and obviously that's the end of the bridge, so you can sort of see. Okay. Just want to warn everybody as well. Just please be careful when you do try this. I mean, like I said, I did it on a wet day, and obviously I'm very, very muddy. But I'm going to show you something really cool. Ooh. Right. So I'm standing on the bridge. Tunnel, sorry. I keep saying bridge, tunnel. And see where that... what happens is it curves around. Because I think, if you remember rightly, when I'm looking back, it sort of curves around. So there's the farm. And what happens is it sort of curves around to the other side. So you can't actually see the exit from here. But if I walk down here a little bit, now I'm going to try and zoom in because it's hard to explain. So at the end of that path, which I've got to walk down, I'm not looking forward to it, there is, where's my finger? Finger of doom. So where my finger's pointing, that is basically where the entrance is, or where I came from. Okay? To the tunnel. So as like I said, so it sort of curves round, and it ends up, whoa, right the way here. And I haven't been turfed off just yet, which is all good. So there must be nice people around here.